Hey guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly subscribe. To get notified when we post more breaking news updates, please click on the notification bell and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you all for always coming out here. May God bless you all. My people, there's a saying that the truth is bitter, but at some point, we all will eventually have to speak the truth one day. And the Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, has said it is criminal to remove history from schools, and Biafra will always be remembered. Soyinka stated that the removal will amount to an attempt to wipe out a collective memory of events which he described as a criminal attempt. Professor Wole Soyinka has called out the Nigerian government for ever removing history from the curriculum of primary and secondary schools in the country. Soyinka stated that the move amounts to an attempt to wipe out a collective memory of events, which he described as a criminal attempt. He spoke on Sunday at the 24th edition of Lagos Book and Arts Festival. It will be recalled that the federal government in 2009/2010 academic season removed history studies from primary and secondary schools curriculums. However, it was reintroduced in 2019. Speaking against the backdrop of the removal, Soyinka stressed the need to tell historical happenings from the correct perspective, citing Biafra and the Nigerian Civil War as an example. He said, the memories of the Biafran agitation can never be wiped away from the people. Soyinka added that the events that led to the Civil War and the aftermath effects are visibly seen around up till now. So, cancelling the study of histories in schools is a great disservice to such important memories. The professor added that Biafra is more than what transpired on the battlefield, and that it is an act of nativity on the part of the government to try and suppress it by cancelling the teachings of history. In his words, collective memory is the key because it is that memory which is related to the mechanisms of relating reality to whatever narrative is given to us. It is far more important and it is more dangerous because you can get trapped in it because it is collected as a community activity. And some of that I think is happening to us here in Nigeria, he said. He was referring, of course, to Biafra, that the collective memory there is very strong even after the war. He warned that this collective memory might remain to to purge efforts at nations being, and that therefore everything should be done to avoid that war. And when he used expressions like Biafra can never be defeated or can never be wiped away, people was actually thinking, okay, he was just talking about the battlefield. But he's letting us know that he was talking about a notion, a passion which enters the collective memory in active life, not just a past narrative. That is what he was warning against, and we are seeing it today. Governments sometimes think that by taking the criminal act of removing history from schools, something which he never believed could have ever happened to us, the government actually stopped the teaching of histories in schools. He called this act as so naive, that is not to recognize that there is something called a memory, collective memory, and the active memory in the present. If the purpose was to obliterate the war or memories of the war, what about events that led to the war? What about the positions? What about the narrative of existence in relation to the outer world? How do you obliterate for heaven's sake? I mean, yet people sat down and went about their business as they removed history from the curriculum. And that's what he meant by saying that we must always agitate the present by the history, by the collective memory. Soyinka, however, cautioned that history must not be allowed to become a negative tool, but must be channeled in such a way to create a, a progressive mindset. And at the same time, however, we must take care not to become prisoners of that collective memory, that every member must be able to use our collective memory in a progressive, uh, productive, and creative and an advanced way, he added. Professor Wale Soyinka has, given his meanings when he said that you cannot defeat Biafra. Professor Wale Soyinka has explained to people that people really misunderstood him when he said he can never defeat, you can never defeat Biafra, noting that it was simplistic to think he was just referring to the battlefield. The Nobel laureate made this clarification in an interview on Channels TV while responding to a question on civil war, agitators, and history. And according to Soyinka, he was very desperate for the war not to happen. First, you know, I thought it was a wrong war. No war is right, but this one was particularly bad, on his misunderstood comments on Biafra. The professor had given his reaction, saying that the people really understood him, that he wasn't really referring to the battlefield. However, he gave some very good, satisfactory answers when they asked him about the program for BBC Channel 4 entitled Journeys, and how they recaptured the journey to Biafra. And all this happened during an interview with the channel's television. So, guys, we all need to look into this issue, as we all need to, retrace our steps back to history. We need to know what is happening, because from the past, we can build our future to be a better one. So, Professor Wale Soyinka is telling Nigerians, is telling the Nigerian government that the need for history to be taught in our schools. So, guys, what is your take on this?